quickly kick off into... Oh, no. I just muted myself. Not myself, the game. There we go. Let's see what's going to happen in a TVZ best of 5. This could be amazing because our blue Terran in the top right has been showing us some pretty great things lately. This is OGaming's MarineLorD. Up against the red Zerg in the bottom left. I mean, there's so much we can say about him. He hasn't been playing his best StarCraft in the last week or so, but he's looking pretty good today with a 3-0 in his first round matchup as well. This is Reynor. Sariaf 1974 come in with the 1,000 bits as well. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for the bits. Can we get some love in the chat for Sariaf, guys? So you're saying that you usually watch on YouTube and you don't usually watch Twitch, so welcome. Welcome to the live experience where you actually have to listen to me blabble on between series and games and stuff. Thank you so much for the support, though. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you like the content. Appreciate it. Gas to the pool coming down here from Reynor in the main base. As you do see Overlords just spreading out around onto the map. And the game TVZ, when it isn't proxy racks, when it isn't pool first, obviously settles down a little bit, and so we'll see where the players take this. Obviously, we're in this sort of situation where the battlecruiser meta is good, but it's beginning to be a bit more figured out. It's definitely starting to be figured out just a little bit more as the days pass by. So I feel like MarineLorD will probably mix it in once this series, maybe twice if it goes to like 5 games or so. I'd be surprised if he used it every game though, which was kind of being done in TVZ last week or so. So, yeah, exciting stuff as we see Overlords moving around, seeing what's up. 5:34 AM here in South Australia, and you're wide awake enjoying the stream. Australia sounds pretty great. I kind of want to go to Australia sometime. Maybe, it's on my, like, I actually have like 2 places on my list of places I want to go that I haven't been to yet, and Australia is one of them. The other one is Korea, which is kind of obvious, right? StarCraft nerd over here kind of wants to go to Korea. Those are my to-dos. I think I'm going to go to Korea in 2019. I'm going to make it my goal. I'm going to set some goals. I'm going to make it to Korea. It's going to be great. Link speed is coming up to the halfway point there as we see the Nubitized Carapace from Reynor. Also just on the way up right now, so this is just getting going as we see some group spread pushing out the front. And this Reaper MarineLorD just going to be coming down to the bottom left. Why not Everest or Antarctica? You know, I'm already cool enough. I don't want to be too cool. People might not be wanting to support someone who's too cool. You know? God, that was such a Rifkin joke. I just can't pull it off. God damn it. Someday, Senpai will teach me. Banshee opening here from MarineLorD. I think this is going to become one of the more standard ways of... That's me. Attacked by a sneeze midway through my point. That's me. So I feel like this is going to become one of the very standard ways of playing TVZ for a little while. Cloak Banshee Hellion Opens do just have that versatility to transition into mech, to transition into bio. They have that opportunity to deal a lot of damage. There's just so much opportunity here for MarineLorD. And that means it's not like you can hard counter Hellion Banshee either, right? So you can use it again and again in a series and it's going to be kind of fine. Like, there's no hard counter to it. There's just, you can play very well against it, sure. But it is difficult to do. So I feel Hellion Banshee will kind of take a place in the TVZ meta right now where it's probably kind of the go-to because 2-1-1 bio openings don't seem to be too kind of favorable. And outside of that, then you don't have the, you know, then what else do you do? I mean, there's free CC builds, which are also feeling a little bit vulnerable at the moment. I don't know, it's funky. Anyways, by the way, armory coming down. So this is one of the ways in which you can already be very... Oh, and Reynor has seen it already. That Nubitized Carapace coming into use here. Overlord speed is what that upgrade does. Increases that speed quite nicely. Yeah, the armory coming down is already one of these ways in which the Hellions can be kind of used kind of in very different ways, right? The Hellions can morph into Hellbats. They can, you know, do all of that stuff, good stuff. see the couple of creep tumors going down here at the moment. So a few creep tumors going down, and Hellions going to continue down to the bottom side of the map. Starting to see what else they can do. Hellions actually going to morph into Hellbats here. You see a Spore Crawl coming forwards as well. One Queen goes down. Queen's going forwards, and again, well, a good few of them getting picked off at the moment. You see Hellbats actually doing a good job. It's actually been a very good start. One Banshee falls. Has to be a little bit careful about the next one, obviously. As these two Queens over here, though, are super low. And the Hellbats will just chase them down. And Roach or 2 starting to be added in as the Banshee will want to move away. Probably towards the main. Oh my god, that drone line is being barbecued. Well, unfortunately, the drones are faster than Hellbats. Otherwise, that would have continued to be quite the disaster. The Hellbat attack is soon to be cleaned out. But I feel like it's one of those times where it's just taken Reynor a little too long to clean it out. And it's going to put him in a little bit too difficult of a position to try and really recover from here. Just going to be seeing this Banshee heading up towards the top right-hand side. A few Hellions moving out from the natural. MarineLorD showing us that he's going to continue into mech, something which this one pesky Overlord is still scouting. I mean, he's going to see that mech play then. He saw the armory. That's the weirdest thing to me about this, by the way, that Reynor saw the armory early, right? And yet he still didn't opt to kind of get more defense up and running. So, kind of, you know, it's almost like he got caught off guard, but he scouted, so he shouldn't have been caught off guard, right? It just doesn't make sense. You've seen the couple extra factories on the way up here. +1 vehicle plating coming down. And +1 ship weapons. The choices from the armories here to begin with. Going to be that style of play which is going to be focused on Cyclone, Hellion, and Banshee. Now, this is something which has become very new with the patch, and this is also maybe why we'll see Banshee opens being very popular, because of the fact that you get into the chance to build Hellions and Cyclones, and this composition just seems very good at the moment. But Reynor has turned this into an all-in. He's got the pneumatized carapace early, so he's bringing his Queens across the map in the Overlords. He's only been building Lings and Roaches after Roach Speed is finished, and now he is going to get ready to go. So here we go. Reynor's going to come forward. The Queens mean that he's got an answer to the Banshees, which otherwise would just shut down the Roaches very quickly on their own. Nightfield Accelerator isn't done yet either for the Cyclones to be able to deal with this. Queens throwing transfusions down. As we are going to be seeing the Hellbats going forwards here and able to pick off a good few Roaches at the moment. 23 SCVs down, but obviously Reynor's fairly all in, so for MarineLorD he can afford to lose some workers. 38 is obviously a hell of a lot. It's going to be too much. GG from MarineLorD, and Reynor bounces back just like that. That's something that we know about, and I think Blizzard knows about it as well. So it's just one of those things that we can just have to wait for it to fix. Port, did you really just buy the war chest in game and not off my affiliate link? Did you Wow. This guy thinks he's all this and that. Look at me dropping subs. Give streamers free money? Not Port. Aye. Top left hand side, our blue Zerg player. This is Reynor. As he's going up against the red Terran to the bottom right hand side from O Gaming. MarineLorD. Up 1-0 Reynor after that Roach Ling Queen drop. Something that was really popularized by Rogue and Dark in Korea 3 or 4 months ago. It was very popular for a little while to just kill Terran players that were very reliant on Banshees to defend. As we get this, and there you go. I was able to buy it and just end my first experience. Got all the war chests before this too, so maybe I was just lucky. Maybe it's starting to be fixed then. Maybe it's just starting to be fixed. Maybe you guys can like do a Control F5 to hard refresh the page and it'll start to fix. I don't know. But that's very promising at least. And whatever we did a month ago gave us a lot of subs, because we've dropped 5 subs since we started the stream, even though we've had a couple as well. Ay. Roddy is my favorite when he talks about this. He's like, you know, it's like we hang out, we have this discussion a lot, you know. It's like, you know, it's like streaming problems, you know. We see each other, we like to bitch about, you know, having to stream for a living, like, oh, what a tough life it is. Port with a $10 donation. $1 for every second you whine to me about something you didn't tell me. Does that mean if I keep whining at you, I get more money? God, you know what else really bothers me about Port? When he just comes in and thinks a $10 donation fixes everything. It's not about the money. It's about you caring. God. Thank you so much for the $10, Port, obviously. Really do appreciate it, dude. Much love, much love. So yeah, me and Roy were just having some, always having, and Roy's my favorite. He's like, you know, there's nothing, he says in the Roddy voice, he's like, you know, there's nothing like, you know, playing, you know, streaming a bit of StarCraft, you're having some fun, you're entertaining 1,500 people for a good 4 or 5 hours, and you think, hey, you know, this has been a pretty good stream. I've had a couple of donations, I've had some bits, and then you look at your sub count and you're down 30. You know, there's just nothing quite like it. I can't do the Roddy voice very well, but if you guys can imagine Roddy talking about it like that, it's great. It's like one of my favorite things. Because it's so true as well. You have those streams where like, this was okay, and then your sub count still has gone down. Not complaining or anything. Just one of those things. Thank you so much, TBO Baggins, coming in with the fresh subscription. Says, we appreciate you, Wardy. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the sub. I'll get you up on the tree as well after this game. Rotron and a lair coming down in the main base. So you see a fusion core this time from MarineLorD, so we are going to be seeing the battlecruiser setup coming in the next few moments. It was a worst impression ever. Well, I'm not very good at impressions, so that kind of lives up to what I would expect if I try to do an impression, so I'm not upset. But I leave it to your imagination to do it better than I could. It's okay. It's really an area that I lack in. The only impression I can do is whiny, bitchy Twitch chat. I'm getting to watch free StarCraft content. I can do that one. That's pretty much the extent of my life. I can do like Valley Girl sort of like, oh my god, did you guys go to the mall today? I can't even do that one. When I've got a bit more confidence in me, I can do that one very well. I promise. Anyways, enough of that. When I say a bit more confidence, I mean when I've had a couple of drinks. I really let myself go. Let my inner Valley Girl out, you know? Yeah. Just gonna see those Hellions poking around a little bit here. New Dice Carapace completed here again from Reynor. So it could be a very similar build. And honestly, wouldn't really mind it. This, you know, Roach laying all in is something that we've seen have great success against the battlecruiser builds lately. So it could be a very good way for Reynor to maybe take this game down. As we do have the few roaches picking their way through that cooling tower. Wardy drunk stream when? I'll do a drunk stream when I move into my apartment and I cast from my apartment. Well, when I cast from my apartment. My Wardy impression's pretty good, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate the support where it comes. Sudden Crap, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. My impression was so bad you felt sorry enough to sub. I mean, that's when you know it's bad. That's when you know it's real bad. Thank you so much, Sudden Crap. Appreciate the Twitch Prime sub as well. Alright, well, those roaches are moving across the map. Reynor has stuck on 44 drones once again. As roach speed finishes, an armory is about to pop up. Roach is still just moving down to the bottom side. Marine poking that Overlord away. Armory's about to be here for the Hellbats, but they weren't really enough last time. Although Hellions this time are across the map, so they'll actually get a lot of damage done, which is something. Because obviously now Reynor is super all in. But beforehand he had some sort of, you know, potential to maybe kind of come back into the game a little bit. The issue is MarineLorD also has absolutely nothing at home to defend. Now that will change as the battlecruiser comes up here. You can see a couple of these supply depots again taken down. Starport. Oh, if he loses the Starport, well, he loses the battlecruiser that maybe could have defended. Man, this is rough because he's losing his production here, so he's just going to lift up. And what does he do? Turn it into like a base trade with one battlecruiser? That doesn't work, does it? I mean, Reynor's only on 5 drones. You know what? If he could kill these 5 drones, Reynor can't mine. That would be absolutely crazy. Because if Reynor can't mine, he can't kill DNS's bases if they fly to the corners. Not DNS, MarineLorD's bases, sorry. I'm sorting an issue with DNS at the moment. This is some SCVs. Coming over to the left-hand side. They're going to go down as well. Man, it's these few drones in the main base. They are the only drones. And they are mining. Reynor. Oh, sorry, teleport over. Where do you teleport to? Into the main. Clean up these roaches. Only 4 SCVs left. Reynor's rebuilding the drones pretty quickly, and I think that's the big issue here for MarineLorD, who has got a Liberator, a Battlecruiser, and that's about all. The Liberator just sat over here. It's going to be GG. Reynor picks up game number 2. There's just no way to hold on to that. MarineLorD loses in this series. He will still walk away with something rather than nothing. We're just $17 away from that on the Matcherino. If you can support, it's greatly appreciated. Top right-hand side. Our blue Terran player from O Gaming is MarineLorD. Back to the bottom left-hand side, our red Zerg is Reynor. How's everybody doing out in the chat? Reynor opening that pool first. Obviously will create a little bit more aggression and spice in the very early stages of this ZvT. So going to set up into that very shortly. So we'll wait for those 6 links to come across. I'm going to very quickly get a couple of decorations written out as well, because I know that I didn't get TPO, Baggins, or Sudden Camp on the tree. Sudden crap on the tree just yet, so that's my current goal. And well, you know, watching a hatchery build is very exciting. But these Zerglings are coming across the map. Now, MarineLorD did opt for the command center first. Going command center first is actually straight up the go-to counter to a pool first, actually. So this is actually really good for MarineLorD, because his command center will be finished before the lings arrive, so the SCVs can't be pushed off of it. It can't be delayed. SCV scout was avoided by the lings this overlord, giving him the information it was coming. As we have got this command center morphing into an orbital on the natural. And Reynor will be limited to 1 potential SCV kill. That's all he can get here. There's 1 SCV here. I mean, MarineLorD can run that away, but he'd be running away for a long time because he only has marine production. So, there you go. Nice. Well, roll of the dice and away from MarineLorD. It's not really a roll of it. It's not really a roll of a dice, as much as it is just a little bit of good fortune, obviously. Like, a CC first isn't actually that risky. It's riskiest against something like a proxy hatch or like a very fast roach rush. But those are things which Reynor would have had to do, you know, before he saw CC first. And so this is really not an issue at all. This is really not a problem. This is just a nice build order choice. I mean, how often do you go for those builds based as the Zerg anyways? So I wouldn't really call it a gamble or anything. Obviously, you don't want to do it every game, then the Zerg will start to punish it. But you're definitely safe to open CC first. The SCV trying to get back home. That was across the map. Scouting goes down. You got the war chest Adzi through the affiliate link? Is it working? Are we doing war chest hype right now? Whoa. Ah. Should probably stop doing that, because no matter look, I'm going to make my desk collapse, crash the stream, kill my PC, and you know, then we'll have no war chest hype. So maybe it's working then. Hey. Hype, hype, hype. War chest. War chest. War chest. We also have yeah, but you could purchase it, Adzi, right? Because you had it was bugged out for you, right? So it works now? Is that that's what I was asking. More hype. The WarD's chest. Yeah, I know. I made this joke as well. That's why I called the bit.ly link WarD chest. It's like the war chest with a bit of extra D in it. Oh my god, that's how we should sell it! Do you want your war chest to come with a little bit extra D? Buy the WarD chest today. Do you think Blizzard would like that? I kind of feel like they might not. They might not. But that would be my go-to advertising, I think. Yeah, he doesn't love a little bit of extra D in there, you know, in their StarCraft 2. I actually used this name on Rocket League for a while. I used I used the name do you want the WardiTV? It was just such a dumb name. It was Euthermal's fault, really, as he transfused the creep tumor and now surrounds the Hellions. Good shut down by Reynor. But yeah, Euthermal thought it was really funny, so me and Mark were just it's a long story. It doesn't translate well to tell. When I tell it on stream, it just makes me seem like an absolute idiot, like 7-year-old kid who finds absolutely anything funny. So, yeah, don't mind me, I guess. Don't mind me. Hellions coming across the battlecruiser opening once again from MarineLorD. That BC is about to be out, although the model cannon will not be done for it to teleport into the main. The bracket's not been updated. What do you need to know on the bracket? In fact, I don't think there's anything to know. It's fully updated if you go and refresh the bracket page. Showtime and Blythe just got started recently. MarineLorD down 0-2 against Reynor. Rail and Manor 1-1. Denver DNS has also begun just recently. In fact, I know DNS has actually taken at least one game. I think actually he might have taken 2. I'll give you guys more updates on that when I find out. Couple of armories coming down in the main, as we do see this battlecruiser is going to turn and pop down that higher health queen. This battlecruiser is dead though. I think he realized this, so he's given up trying to micro it. So BC will fall. Again, Zerg's again very good at shutting this down as Roach is coming through the top side. MarineLorD though, while he loses the battlecruiser, is not just immediately dead to these Roaches. Is he or is he? Reynor has got 60 drones this time around, so it's not as all in as before. And he's kind of keeping the Hellions out the front to try and get shots off where he can. The bunker for now is good, but the Ravagers are coming. Those Ravagers will, of course, look to bile down this bunker. And he's pulling back again. SCVs want to turn, and they will start to repair up. A lot of SCVs going down. 7, in fact, as Reynor pressing in at the front here. Hellions, again, doing a decent job, but he needs a little bit more. The next battlecruiser is about to pop, and that will actually go a long way to helping out. Reynor behind us, just more Roaches, and he's still rallying them across the map. Fed CC lifts up, starts to move over to position. There's the Roaches and the Ravagers just going to be coming in on this natural command. Needs to get rid of those Ravagers so they can't bile it down, and the Ravagers will start to drop. He's pushing in SCVs, 1 or 2 of them going down. 3 workers killed at the moment, 4 on top of the ones that were killed earlier. I feel like MarineLorD survives this and recovers as he teleports across to the main base. Queens are going to come in from the natural expansion to come and respond. The battlecruiser is just kind of hanging around and dealing some damage. Going to get a couple of drones now then. Spellcrawler's trying to relocate. Please kill that low health drone. That drone is so low health. Then he got another drone low health. That's not quite going to help out. So you see the Queens continue to push the BC away through the bottom side as Hellions diving in, getting themselves a whole bunch of drone kills as well. 6 workers down as these Hellions will escape out through the top side. Spire coming down on the 3rd base as well here from Reynor. So getting that 3rd base with the tech on it. Showing us what he wants to do. Obviously the Spire is a very common response now to the battlecruisers going into those Corruptors. Those are indeed slow Roaches. He does not have Roach speed yet. His Alaya was finishing up not that long ago really. Battlecruiser's on its way back home. Probably try and defend against the Roaches. A couple of tanks now coming out, so MarineLorD is starting to get to that point where he actually has a bit of a proper defense against Roaches. Until now, he's just been kind of using Hellions and so on, but he will be able to push this away a bit more, a bit better this time around. Again, doesn't go in towards the Cyclones or anything here, even though I think eventually he probably would want to. I think at the moment there's just too many Roaches and he needs to kind of get stabilized and then start adding the Cyclones in. But the Cyclones are very good because they can move backwards and forwards, they can do very well, and also they will shut down the Corruptors to some extent also. You're seeing an Overlord 2 continue to take some damage here. Battlecruiser jumps over to the main base of these Hellions. Coming through the bottom side all the way back towards the upper right. A couple more depots coming down as tanks are going to turn away there. Reynor is doing okay in this game, but you got to remember his economy's been very low for a lot of this. Like, Yeah, he's taken some boosts here and there, but it's not like he's had that advantage that Zerg usually has. In fact, MarineLorD held an advantage for a good portion of the game. So yeah, I kind of feel like this is actually not so bad for MarineLorD, who's traded a little bit better overall as well. I feel like MarineLord's in an okay position, but let's see what these Corruptors can do. As we do see them heading up towards the upper right-hand side. Only a couple of battlecruisers so far, but obviously that's what the Corruptors want to get. It's two very nice Yamato cannons, and with the one Cyclone, that is going to be pushed away. Port with the sub-gift to SC2 Yer. Welcome SC2 Yer to the Wardy family, and also thank you so much Jaja Nosh coming in with that Twitch Prime sub 4 minutes ago. Sorry I didn't get to you sooner, but this game has been full of roaches, VCs, and just absolute mayhem, so thank you so much for your patience. And thank you for supporting, obviously, as well. Really appreciate it. Roaches, Queens, Corruptors working their way through the rocks over here as Reynor wants to open up some different directions of attack. Lansing lifting up, coming up to the top side. The two PCs from MarineLorD going to go to the bottom. At this stage, Reynor is still just building up into Roach Ravage Corrupt. It's very much so a kill you very soon or I die sort of situation, because if he doesn't kill MarineLorD in the near future, Reynor's going to be in this position where the Roaches and the Ravagers, they're just not going to be that useful in the long term. Well, he does have Swarm Hosts, so I guess the Swarm Hosts changed that up a little bit. Lucas just fly in. I don't know how, right? I knew there was Swarm Hosts here. I watched the Infestation pick them up. I watched the Swarm Hosts in production as I was yabbering on about other things. And, well, then then the Lucas fly in and I'm like, huh? Oh, BCs are just going to come in onto the Swarm Hosts. The Queen's there to transfuse them, though. On the top side, the Roach is trying to fight and push through. Hellbats and Cyclones pushing them away, and these rocks aren't down. Well, that's really bad, because now these Roaches are not going to be able to escape towards the Queens, etc. as easily. The BCs did just die, though, right? No, he still has them to teleport them away. Okay, so they didn't die, but they did get pushed back. Port with another sub-gift, this time at random, and it goes to Clemmy the Great. Welcome, Clemmy the Great, to the family. Good to have you. Pressing in. Locust going to try and drop on top of these Hellbats here, perhaps. I mean, Hellbats are pretty good against the Locust, though, so one tank goes down. Wouldn't say this is also bad still for MarineLorD. Yamato on one of these Corruptors. Love it as well. It's always the Corruptors that are high on health, which he's actually making sure to target because he knows that he's going to get the most value out of this. Hello Zerglin comes in with the 25-month resub as Battlecruisers still press on forwards here. Have a couple of corrosive bars, but they don't really connect, and MarineLorD really feels like he's pulling it back in Game 3 to make a series out of this. Which is awesome, because the last thing you wanted to see could have been a swift 2-0, right? It's going to be seeing those Swarm Hosts out in the center, though. They're definitely going to be hanging around there. Again, thank you, Hello Zerglin, for that 25-month resub. I got a whole bunch of you guys to catch up on. Send us showing some love to you and stuff like that, so we'll get to you guys ASAP after the games. Right now, though, Corruptor's getting Yamato cannons. A lot of damage being done. Battlecruiser teleports away again. And so will the others. Where do you teleport to? Just back to the natural? These BCs teleport away pretty quickly. I guess he just wanted to go and focus fully on this fight rather than dealing with, you know, trying to teleport the BCs while this fight comes in. Just a safer way of playing it out, I imagine, is maybe his line of thinking. SCVs are following the BCs, but they're not actually repairing them, or if they are, they're repairing them very slowly. As these BCs come in overhead, a couple of Roaches get taken down. Corruptors to the top side will kill a Planetary Fortress. MarineLorD is running out of units on the ground, isn't he? As these BCs are absolutely essential at the moment to kind of keep this going. A couple of Corrosive Basts on the land. There's one BC pulling away. It goes down as well. Maybe MarineLorD isn't turning this around. Maybe MarineLord's consistent Roach, Ravager, Corruptor pressure is actually about to work out. I didn't realize how little MarineLorD had on the ground. I thought he was doing a little bit better, honestly. But, yeah, just running out of units there. GG. Reynor takes game number 3. The